with his 2021 surprises. Sir, I'm so glad you're joining me here again. Last time we were together at the NASDAQ in person. I hope we can do that again in the years ahead. Let's just start off with these 10 surprises that you have. The whole point is that you think that they have more than a 50% chance of happening. I'll start with number 3, the vaccine success. So how quickly do you see the success, and how quickly do we recover? Because Governor Cuomo is talking about now 65 and older getting the vaccines, and that we've got to get everything open again. We saw hospitality and leisure losing almost 500,000 jobs in the last report. How quickly can we turn this around?
Well, I think the consensus is that we'll have enough people vaccinated by Labor Day to really open up again. My view is that we should shoot for Memorial Day. We have the vaccines, and I think enough people will want to take them so that we could have a normal summer by being back to normal at Memorial Day. That would be a surprise, because I think Labor Day is the consensus. The 4th of July is an optimistic view. In my view, that Memorial Day would be the surprise. I think would change people's outlooks and certainly change life this summer.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. And then you talk about unemployment, right, dropping down to 5% and seeing growth of 6% roughly. And when we do that and we have that kind of growth, where would you see most of it happening?
Well, I think the real comeback area is going to be the lower part of the labor force. Restaurants, hospitality, theaters, entertainment, museums, airlines, travel again. We have that part of the economy which has been so hard hit is the part where the greatest potential for recovery is.
I think it's interesting, and I see what you're saying, right? We've got to get vaccinated and get back out there, Byron. You talk about the market and that it's not without risk. So while you see 4,500 by the end of the year on the S&P 500, you talk about a correction of almost 20% as a possibility. I remember the financial crisis. We went from 10,000 to 6,500. Could it be more than 20%? Could it be 30 or 40? And if so, is that the buying opportunity?
Well, whatever it is, it's a buying opportunity because I think we're going to come out of it. I don't think it'll be more than 20% or even 20%, but I do think it'll be more than 10. And that's what everybody thinks. The consensus view is we could have a 10% correction, but what I'm saying is the market is vulnerable. It's sufficiently high price so that it's vulnerable to a more than 10% correction.
So probably between 10 and 20, not between 20 and 40. I see what you're saying. So that's number 8, folks, on his 10 surprises. I love this, Byron. This is a lot of fun. I also wanted to ask you about when we do have that pullback. You said it is a buying opportunity. And you mentioned that energy. And number 7, you said energy stocks are among the best performers for 2021. Now, you've been calling for some higher energy prices for a couple of years. So energy, and what other sectors would be the ones that you would run to and buy the dip?
Energy, airlines, hospitality. Those are my 3 favorite buy the dip sectors. I think the price of oil could go back to 65, and that is not reflected, even though the energy stocks have had a rally, they don't reflect a $65 West Texas Intermediate price.
I also think it's interesting about cyber attacks, and that's something that you're looking at closely. Would you say that it's time to get into investing in some of the cybersecurity names, CrowdStrike and FireEye and things like that?
I'm not really recommending them. I think there's going to be a lot of scrutiny and that's going to put a cloud over those stocks. And the reason I didn't have a
Okay.
cyber surprise is because it's really part of the news. It isn't in the surprise
Sure.
category.
How about the FANG names? You said that the DOJ softens its case against Google and Facebook. Consumers actually benefit from this. Are you a FANG fan?
Well, I definitely think that my life has been better since the internet. And I don't think there's any
Right.
question that none of us could really operate as effectively as we have been able to remotely during this virus period.
Right.
As a result of things like Zoom, which I'm on right now,
Sure.
and other internet-related services. So I think my quality of life has been improved by Facebook.
Oh, that's good. I like
I'm
that.
not on Facebook, but I
Right.
certainly use Google. I probably used it 10 times this morning to look up various
Byron,
things.
I love this. You're not wrong. I see what you're talking about. First of all, I followed your entire career when I was at Wall Street Journal Report with Consuelo Max. So, I mean, I know that your predictions or your surprises in this case are very important. That being said, I have a teenager going right into college, and let's say 10 grand. Would you put it in Bitcoin? Would you put it in some of those beaten down airlines, cruise lines, work from home, some of the names you mentioned there? Or how would you divvy it up? What should I tell my guy going into college in the fall?
Tell them to put it into airlines, energy, and other hospitality stocks. Those are the companies that are going to come back the strongest when we open up. And we are definitely going to open up. So that is an inevitability. And whenever you have a group of stocks linked to an inevitability, you should take advantage of it.
Energy, airlines, and hospitality. What about the high-flying Bitcoin stories and Tesla and work from home?
Well, I think those stocks already reflect a very profound optimism. And so I think the valuations are extreme there, whereas the valuations are more modest on the ones I recommended. So take advantage
always
of the
enjoy
stocks
being able to-
where the
yeah.
multiple can increase rather than where the multiple is vulnerable.
I see, more vulnerable with those high flyers. US, China, Europe?
I like the U.S. I like China, but I'm worried about it now because there's so much hostility on both sides. So for right now, I'd focus on the U.S.